Hi everyone, it's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Yesterday I did the Wheel of Fortune spread for Divine Feminine. So today I decided to pull cards for Divine Masculine. Um, Again, this is for specific to a connection, but it will resonate because we are part of a collective. So I do feel that there are a lot of Divine Masculines that are in the same energy right now. So this is sort of the story of their energy. It is called the Wheel of Fortune spread. Um, so we'll get started. So the first card represents um, who the Divine Masculine is right now. What energy are they in? Um, where are they? Where are they at currently? So we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is about it's kind of like being in a lack mindset. It's about being defeated. It's about suffering financial loss, taking a blow to your self-esteem and your self-worth. Um, Sometimes being too focused on what they lack instead of taking a step back and realizing what they have in front of them. So right now, a lot of them are in this defeated um, kind of um, defeated energy right now. So the cards for clarification that I have that we pulled from the Mystic Moon Oracle to support this is numbing. So he's in this energy right now of being defeated, suffering a loss, being in a lack mindset, and he's trying his best to numb it. He's isolated himself. He's um, sort of blocking everything out. And there's possibly, could be drinking, could be doing anything to kind of take away the pain that he feels that he has. And then we have pride and ego. So he has taken a hit to his pride and his ego, and that's pretty much what it is. He's in the mindset right now that he's been defeated, that his self-worth is way down there. Um, so he's taken a blow to his pride and his ego. But we have fresh start. So that signifies that this is not permanent, that this energy is temporary. And as soon as he can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, he can pull himself out of this energy. And then we have summer. So this could be a time frame that he may come out of the energy by the summer for a fresh start, or it could indicate sort of warming up to the summertime kind of warming up to the idea of a fresh start. So coming out of this energy um, at a certain point in time. So the card number 2 is this one down here, and this is sort of where he pulls his current energy from. What is he like the soil that he plants his seeds in? What is he where does he pull his energies from? So we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is about being open to growth, plotting and planning ahead, setting goals, being ready for a change. So even though he's in this energy, um, he does have the notion or have the capacity to look ahead and plan for the future. So he does want to come out of this energy, but he has goals in mind. He has a plan. He might not be moving forward on the plan, but he has a plan, and he's looking into the future. So we have inner child. So part of his planning and his work is about bringing more joy and more playfulness into his life. Being stuck in this mucky, low energy isn't fun. So he's probably lacking some fun in his life, and he wants to sort of seek his inner child and start to play a little bit. We have vibration. So in order to do that, he needs to raise his vibration. He needs to bring himself up out of this energy here and kind of function at a higher energy. Refocus. So part of his plan is to refocus his life, to look forward to new goals, a fresh start, refocus how he thinks about things. Maybe being in this defeated energy gave him sort of a bad taste in his mouth for certain things in life, and he knows that he needs to refocus that. And he's nostalgic, so he's looking back, being very reflective right now, looking back at his past, going over things that brought him joy, and possibly refocusing and planning on bringing some of that joy back into his life. So card number 3 is card number 3 is this one, and this is what energies are coming in the future. What can he look forward to coming out in the future? So we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is the true seeker, getting to the heart of the matter, honest and open communication, being determined, independent. This could represent a person, much like it did for the Divine Feminine. The future card, if you remember, was the Hierophant. So this could represent his feminine. So let's take a look at the clarifiers and see what we have. So we have Divine Masculine. So coming out of this energy and into the future, what he has coming is realizing that he is this Divine Masculine, that he is in his power, and he does have a purpose, and he's going to realize that power that he has. We have 5th dimension. So right now his higher self is functioning at the 5th dimension already, and is trying to, he will kind of be pulled up out of this lower vibration, raising his vibration here, and looking at a higher dimensional vibration or way of thinking. And right now he's being guided. He's following divine guidance. Things are the divine is stepping in and kind of leading him, letting him know that he needs to pull out of this and refocus, and move forward. So he's going to be guided to a return of something. What is he going to be returned to? His Divine Feminine. So again, I think this card here does represent the Queen of Swords, could represent his Divine Feminine and the return to her. Having the more open and honest communication with her, and having everything out on the table. He's going to know who he is as the Divine Masculine, and everything is going to fall into place here. Let's see, card number 4 is Current Energies. So that's here. So this is what he's currently dealing with right now. What is the current energies that he's dealing with? And we have the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is about losing sleep, excessive worry, possibly having nightmares, letting fears rule his life. So he is definitely sort of in this, still in this headspace here, very much in his head, very much excessively worried and letting his fears get the best of him. So the clarifiers for that is mirroring. So he could be mirroring his Divine Feminine at this point, and kind of, they might be mirroring each other as far as their fears and worries. We have Mask. So he's hiding right now. He's hiding behind a mask. He's not coming forward with his feelings. He's keeping it all inside, keeping his fears all bottled up inside. He feels that he doesn't have anybody to talk to, so he's keeping to himself. But the nightmares and the things that he's experiencing is part of his healing. So all of these old emotions and all of these fears and all of these nightmares and things that he's having is part of his healing. And it has to do with a soulmate connection. So he could be dreaming about his divine feminine and having fears of maybe losing her, or having fears of things not working out, or all these issues with self-worth and lack of pride and ego getting in the way. It could lead to excessive worry. Okay, so that's card number 4. Card number 5 is let go. So this is what he needs to let go of right now. And we have the Queen of Wands, and this kind of confused me because normally the Queen of Wands is very upbeat, very courageous, an optimistic card, social butterfly, being able to get things done, energy. But being that this is what he needs to let go of, this also is a card that encourages you to look at your shadow self. So this encourages you to go within and embrace all the pieces of you that you don't really care to look at. Embrace, your fears. Embrace things that you don't like about yourself, your insecurities. So I think what this card coming out here is saying is that he needs to let go of his insecurities. He needs to let go of that hold that his fears have on him. He needs to do some shadow work and look at the parts of himself that he doesn't like, and really come to terms and heal whatever those triggers are. Because once we embrace all the parts of ourselves, we get closer to unconditional love and loving ourselves. So let's look at the clarifiers here. So yeah, we have shadow work. So yeah, this is what he needs to let go of. He needs to look at his shadow self. He needs to look at the things about himself that he feels insecure about. Maybe feeling of low self-worth, or not being enough, or his soulmate not turning him down, or being denied. All these things and these scars or triggers that he has, he needs to work on letting that go. We have purge. So he needs to purge some of these old emotions and old ways of thinking and old things that he thinks of himself, and let all that stuff go. Just get it out and let it go. And the answer is no. So the answer is no. You can't be this Queen of Wands if you have all this stuck inside you. So you have to let this go. And it's not something that you can pass on either. It's something you have to do. And then we have ascending. So this is all part of his ascension. This is all part of his awakening. Part of his inner work is doing the shadow work and purging, and allow himself to ascend to higher vibrations. And then the last set of cards is the overall theme of the fate that runs his life. So what is his overall theme? And we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a nurturing, compassionate, sensitive energy. It's about being empathetic and sensing other people's energies. It could be that he's very empathic and doesn't realize he has that gift, but he feels things at a very deep, deep level. And that's why this Five of Pentacles energy and whatever occurred to take him down to his knees here hurt so bad, because he does have these deep, deep, deep emotions and is very sensitive and very empathic. So let's look at these cards here. So we have solitude. So he is a loner. He does spend a lot of time alone, mostly because he doesn't understand why he feels so deeply. And a lot of times empaths do spend a lot of time alone. They do isolate because it's the only way that they can deal with the energies and the feelings. he holds regret, maybe regret for things that he went through in the past, that he's blaming himself for things. Probably um, it, things are probably hitting him harder than they really should, and that's because he is sensitive. Um, and then we have new direction. So part of his theme of his cycle here is to come back to this Queen of Cups energy, come back to being compassionate and honest and sensitive and caring. And in order to do that, he needs to take a new direction out of this energy, let go of regret, and sort of turn everything around into a new direction and learn his self-worth. So this whole cycle that he's been in, it is a one big lesson about coming back to a new direction, being more in his divine masculine energy, taking new direction in his life, learning his self-worth, and part of the ascension process, awakening, raising his vibration and coming around to a soulmate, finding a return to his divine feminine. So that's the cycle. That's where he is currently. That's how the wheel is turning for him right now. Let's get a message from Spirit for the divine masculine. It is really a beautiful reading. It just shows the hard work and the hard work that he puts in. And he should be proud of himself for that. A message from Spirit, please. It should come out. So we do have confirmation that the divine feminine in this reading, the soulmate, is a twin flame connection. And time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. So there isn't a rush on your cycles of life. It's not a race. Everybody's journey is different, and everything happens in divine timing. So keep doing your work, divine masculines. You're doing a good job, and you should be proud of yourself, how far you've come. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.